Orbit, Space Cadet.
Here was Mother Goose for the eye, your voyage to the outer reaches of your mind. And when you look at this Space Cadet, try to remember that you took things like this seriously.
You Earthlings, you are very clever.
Sure, we know how to...
Manning.
It never once occurred to me that you would discover our weakness. I underestimated you, sadly. Without the use of my photo lens, I am helpless. And at your mercy.
Look, his face. Why, he's just like us.
Good morning, Captain. Only one children's studio show has made it across 22 years of broadcasting. Captain Kangaroo started in the mid-50s, and he's still here. On this very first broadcast, Captain Kangaroo told us how he got his name.
So, my name is Kangaroo. Kangaroo, Captain Kangaroo. Eh? Captain, right there. I'm the keeper here of the treasure house. Why do they call me Kangaroo? Well, that's pretty easy to see. Look at this right here, you see? See the great big pockets I've got? Look at them. Just loaded down. That's why, because I got pockets like a kangaroo.
In 1954, ABC and Walt Disney made a deal which altered children's programs forever. Unlike studio shows which could be shown just once, Disney films could be sold over and over again. Animation like this cost about $10,000 a minute, even in the 1950s. But these films, which are still being run, recovered their cost many times over.
Forever let us hold our banner high. High, high, high. Come along and sing a song and join the jamboree. F-I-C-K-E-R-F-O-U-S-E.
From the very beginning, there was one that went beyond the children. Kukla, Fran, and Ollie somehow touched everybody.
You remember that old Dragon Tooth ballet I brought over to you? Yeah, let's try it. I'll show you, Kukla. Just watch very carefully. You could try it, too.
No, I don't have the same kind of tooth.
Try it with your nose.
Let's see, how would that work? Try it. Give it to me, Billy.
You have a very elastic nose.
Well, I would prefer to call it resilient.
Indeed. We might work out a whole new thing. Let's try that again. My gracious. Kukla, I think we have a whole new art form coming up.
Three little maids from school are we, first in the middle, well maybe, filled to the brim with girlish glee. Three little maids from school, everything is a source of fun. Nobody takes what we care for none. Life is a joke that has just begun. Three little maids from school.
Wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with your set. The soundtrack from this kinescope has been lost. It's sad. Sinatra, Hope, and Crosby. An expensive variety show, mid-50s. All those important performers, and the soundtrack has disappeared forever. But that's not the only trouble with this show. The biggest error is in the commercial coming up. Television, which became the world's largest and biggest salesman, just couldn't sell this product. The Edsel was the result of extensive marketing research, innumerable computer printouts, and the keenest advertising money could buy. Everything was right about it, except that Americans wouldn't buy it or touch the teletouch. It's very rare that television had an advertising failure this large. Here's how successful TV became. In 1950, just less than 1 out of 10 American homes had a TV set. In 1955, 6 homes out of 10 had sets. In 1960, almost 9 out of 10 homes had sets. TV became big business. In 1949, all stations and networks lost $25 million. By 1955, television made $150 million. By 1960, broadcast income before taxes was over $240 million. In 1950, advertisers spent $171 million on TV. By 1955, advertisers were spending well over $1 billion a year. By 1960, they were shelling out over $1.6 billion. So this history of TV has as much to do with money as with talent. And with that much money, you could buy the best talent, like one of Milton Berle's most famous nightclub acts.
Doing somebody.
The comedy of the 50s is not the same as the comedy of the 70s. Today's best comedy shows are satirical. They're about social or racial or ethnic problems. The comedy of the 50s was about nothing, as you can clearly see. Some people say that in the age of McCarthy, comedians were afraid to satirize the society they lived in. There were other reasons for mindless comedy. The safest, fastest, and funniest way to mount a TV laugh show in the 50s was to buy a clown and let him perform.
Oh, no, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. Right now. And there comes Silky Sullivan now.
All great clowns have a tragic side to them. The sad side of clowning is that sooner or later, given the week-after-week demands of television, the funny men would run out of material. And the clowns would kill themselves off because they gave away too much too soon.
That's funny. This wine seems to have lost something.
Yes, it did. No, it did.
How soon do you think it will be before the poison will take effect?
In 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
When the clowns ran out, comedy moved. It went from performer to writer, from stand-up comic to situation comedy, from the East Coast to the West Coast. But yesterday, today, and tomorrow, There'll always be the queen of clowns.
My